Get a 25% boost in your retirement accounts? Oh my goodness, that is too good to turn down. All right, my friends, this is the second time I've had to do this video because the first time I took the first video down because I got 2 copy strike against me lately for showing some person's website, even though it's public out there. But she was very upset that I would dare show her website and told YouTube there's a copyright infringement on her intellectual property, which was odd to me because it's available for all to see on the website, but I don't know why, and I'm not going to challenge. If you challenge YouTube's copyright strike and you lose, apparently you are in a world of hurt. So I'm not going to risk losing my channel for some stupid copyright strike, especially when I'm kind of critiquing somebody who's saying that there's a opportunity for you to boost your account by 25%. Without going into the detail. All right, so in this time, what I'm gonna do, I got my small whiteboard here. I'm gonna show you how this works. All right, so anytime there is a where you get a boost in your account, it inherently means it's an annuity. That's all there is to it. All right, you cannot get a boost in your account if it's a mutual fund, if it's an ETF. I don't even know if that's legal, frankly. Charles Schwab, they'll give you like $250 to transfer your account over there. Obviously, there's some, that's legal. I grant you. That's different than a 25% boost. In fact, this guy says they'll give you up to $250,000 increase in your income account. So let's go how this works. So you have a variable annuity and index annuity, and we have 2 different account things. So you got to remember this. You have your, what I call walk away money and your income account. All right, so you have to know how this works. You have these 2 different accounts. One's your walk-away money, one's your income account. The walk-away money is your cash value. So you put $1 million in. All right, so we put $1 million in, $1 million in our walk-away money. We now have 1.25 million in our income account. Now, typically how these works is you're going to get a roll-up of some regard on this side right here. So this, we'll say it grows at 5% a year. For just simplicity, we'll say the income amount grows at 5% a year. So 1.25 million, present was be 5% compounded. So that'd be, we'll say 10 years of grow by 50%. 50%, that'll be worth 1.25 plus 625,000. So in 10 years time, this will be worth 1.875 million. All right, so you have and I'm throwing out what typically an annuity contract or an index annuity contract works, or even index life insurance. Life insurance is a little bit different because you got to get underwritten to be approved. But anyway, so basically you put $1 million in here and your walkaway money. You get a 25% bonus on your income account side. And in 10 years, if it's a 5% roll up, not compounded, 5% roll up, you have 1.87 million that you can draw, typically 5% a year out, depending on your age, but generally speaking, 5% a year times 5%, which means you could take $93,000 out of income each and every year. All right, which is this $93,000 right there, guaranteed. Can never stop, never go away, never go down. Now that's as long as you're alive, and it might be 4.5% if it's you and your spouse. But either way, you can see, you're taking a good amount of money out on $1 million investment. You're guaranteed a certain level of income that you can't outlive. Now, the drawback is your walk-away account could go way down. We'll just say after 10 years, it's down to $800,000. All right, so we have 2 different accounts. Your walk-away account is down to $800,000. Your income account is 1.875, if that makes sense. So in this case, if you're looking for income, it's tough to beat these guaranteed products because they're guaranteeing a certain level of income that you can't outlive with no downside risk. Now, that's just a fact. These are variable annuities, and I got no qualm with that as long as they're sold like that. But a lot of times they're not sold like that. Now, let's say, though, you're like, well, I thought I was going to have 1.875 in there, and I only got 800,000 bucks. This is the amount that you can use to go buy a car, to go buy a new house, to go buy a new car, to fund college, all this stuff. This is the only thing that matters from a cash value / walkaway account perspective. This does not matter on this side right here. It doesn't matter because you cannot walk away. I cannot stress this enough. These two accounts are complete, and this is what freaking drives me crazy about annuity salesmen, is they'll make it seem like this is your walkaway money. This is actually your walkaway money. Now, it could go up to 1.2 million. I mean, it could go anywhere. It could go to 1.5 million. Right? I mean, this walkaway money could grow. It could go from 1 million to 800,000 to 600,000 to 1.5 million, anything in between. There's no guarantee on the walkaway money. There's none. When they say there's downside risk, there's no downside risk on the walkaway side. There's a downside risk on the income side, but the income is almost like an annuity, a pension, not like you can't just take a lump sum. I hope this makes sense. Know this, please, before you buy into this. Now, if you're looking for income, these annuities have a value. They do. I mean, you are getting an immediate 250% or 25% bonus to your income stream. Now, you're not going to be able to get that for a number of years, I grant you, but still you're like, well, that's not so bad if I want guaranteed income. If I'm looking for upside, these annuities won't do it because the fees in here are so through the roof that there's no way your upside is going to match what you could do in a good old-fashioned mutual fund. It's just not going to happen. Now, on top of this, let's say your account falls to $800,000 in year 10, and what these annuities guys say, oh, you could actually grow your income and leave a legacy. All right, well, let's just use this for an example. Now we're at 800,000 bucks. I guaranteed 93,000 a year of income. I remember, I'm guaranteed 93,000 a year of income, which is coming out of this account right here. These are where the two things coincide. So my income stream of 93,000 a year is being supported by this right here, 800,000 bucks. So in this case, I'm taking 93,000 off $800,000. I'm taking an 11% distribution yield. And I'm telling you right now, it doesn't take a rocket science to recognize if you're taking 11% distribution yield, your income stream is not growing. It won't grow and your cash value won't grow. So what's happening is every year you're taking $93,000 off your income, off your walkaway. So let me just show you what I'm talking about. Now we're at 707. So how this works is you end the year at 80,000 bucks. You take your 5% guaranteed off this amount, $93,000. 93,000 is coming out your walkaway money. So at the end of that year, you're left with 707, regardless of market conditions. And the market could go down, could go up. At the end of the day, because you're taking 11% a year guaranteed off that portfolio, 11% a year from your cash value, there's no way you're going to make any money. And there's no way you're going to increase that flow. Just not. So the drawback here is a lot of these annuity sales guys make it seem like you could, because you could make more money. You could leave a legacy. It's not going to happen, man. You're taking too much off principal. The principal isn't growing enough to support a cash value legacy, and the principal isn't growing enough to support an increasing distribution amount. It's just not going to happen. So when you're doing these annuities, you got to recognize, okay, so in this case, I'm guaranteed $93,000 a year. I'm just using that for example, off $1 million investment. Regardless of what happens to my walkaway money, I'm guaranteed that. Is that 10 years now something that you would like to take? Is that something you're like, yeah, that's pretty good. That's sustainable. I'm okay with that. If it is, it's tough to beat, man. It is. Now, on the other hand, you say, okay, well, if I put in a good old-fashioned mutual fund, and we're just going to use historic averages for simplicity, we'll say 7.2% a year we're going to get after 10 years. So I put in an old-fashioned mutual fund, $1 million, all right? After 10 years, it's worth $2 million, all right? We're just going to use this for an example. So I put in $1 million after 10 years, it's worth $2 million. I'm going to take 5% a year off that. Well, now I'm taking $100,000 off this $2 million. All right, so I'm getting more income, but it's not guaranteed. And we know for a fact that this could easily drop 25, 30%. On the other hand, it could continue to grow. So there's just more risk, there's more upside for returns, more upside for principal, and there's more upside for income increasing too. There's more upside for legacy as well, but there's a heck of a lot more downside, because even though the historical averages look good, there's no way we're going back to historical averages. We could, but what I would say is, what's the likelihood of that happening? It's not very high, in my opinion, because I think historical averages, again, were based on a whole different market than we are in today, for sure. That doesn't mean it could be worse. I don't know, but I'm just saying, at the end of the day, we got to figure out, do we need the guaranteed income, or do we want more upside potential? And if you want more upside potential, don't go to an annuity. If you want a guaranteed income, annuities are tough to beat. There's no other way around that. So anyway, I hope this helps. The income on don't forget, the nice thing about the mutual fund is all walkaway money. Whatever your cash value is always walkaway money. That could be 600,000, it could be 2.5 million, is all walkaway money. So you get it for the annuities. You have a narrower berth here. You don't have as much upside. You don't have any downside from a income perspective. You don't have as much upside or downside from a walkaway perspective either. That's just a fact. So you're just reducing your ups and reducing your downs. With a good old fashioned naked, not protected mutual fund or ETF, you have much more upside, much more downside. And in fact, you could lose everything. That's just a fact. So that's what you got to consider. What's important to you in doing this? At the end of the day, you say to yourself, maybe split the difference, 500,000 each. I got no qualm with that. I'm just saying, don't do it all or nothing, or at least have a plan of what you're trying to accomplish. Hope this helps. Love to hear your comments. Thanks now.